What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, there is some new updates in relation to the front office in regards to Lonzo Ball. Now, I was hoping I wouldn't have to make a Lonzo Ball video this soon after I made my previous one. I know every now and then it is probably a smart thing to do to provide the updates on Lonzo Ball. However, there seems to be some concerns around Lonzo Ball that the front office do actually have. So I want to, discuss these things and also discuss some contradictions in what the reports have been about the front office and stuff of that nature. I'm not necessarily coming to the defense of the front office, but again, it does show some interesting ways that the reports around the Chicago Bulls have truly been going at this point in time. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and obviously the updates around them in relation to Lonzo Ball. And I guess without further ado, let's get stuck into the whole topic of discussion. Apparently, there are fears privately that the Chicago Bulls, are aware that Lonzo Ball will never play in the NBA again. The Bulls privately expect in many ways Lonzo Ball to never play in the NBA again. That's the big news story I'd want to provide to you guys, ladies and gentlemen. So, you might look at this, you might generate some of your own questions. Here are some of my questions that I had about this situation. I will start off by saying it's okay to have worries and fears and speculation that Lonzo may never play in the NBA again. Once again, this is an unprecedented situation. So we cannot feel upset, mad, or angry at the front office for feeling some type of way about Lonzo Ball when they don't have all the information themselves. I don't necessarily feel angry or resentment towards the front office for feeling that way, but at the end of the day, it is still a wait and see approach. You know, there's one individual that no one's really mentioning in this conversation, and that's Lonzo Ball. You know, the guy that's actually injured. He's the one that's trying to make the comeback, not the Bulls front office. So in the end, it is up to Lonzo Ball. It's up to how he can raise his game to an NBA quality level. It's how he's able to recover. It's all about Lonzo. How is he going to approach entering the NBA again? And maybe the answer is he may never approach the NBA again. It is as simple as that. And I understand the growing concerns, and I understand the fears that the Bulls front office intentionally may have. 2, if this is privately known information, why has it been made public? That's another question I'd like to bring to your attention. Again, I'm not sure. I think there are a lot of, individuals that are spreading this news at the moment. So, you know, if it's so private, then why is it public now? That's another question that we got to provide. And 3, this completely contradicts a story that goes based on, the whole front office being split on whether or not we should keep the team the same and wait for Lonzo Ball, or if we have to do the roster shake-up now and prepare for life without Lonzo Ball, or prepare for the next upcoming NBA season where Lonzo Ball will most likely not be playing that season at all. Complete contradicting stories, because if the front office are so split and some of the front office are keen to wait for Lonzo Ball to return, assuming he'll be back at 100% and retrying with that same team that we had 2 seasons ago, well then at the end of the day, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're worried about he may never play in the NBA again. In fact, they're probably anticipating him playing at the NBA again. But then other obviously people may still have that fear. The whole roster shakeup could be because they're fearful Lonzo Ball may never get back to that level or will never play in the NBA again. So what's the real story here? Again, I find the whole reporting of the Bulls front office very interesting, and I can't really identify what's the true story here. I can't identify if the Bulls actually have personal, internal fears that he may never play again. I also can't identify, if the Bulls are considering, splitting up their big 3, or considering a roster change, a roster shake-up, or if they are considering keeping the team the same. I just feel like it's so contradictory at the moment. I don't know what the truth really is in terms of the front office and the Chicago Bulls. So that may go into the defense of the Bulls front office, because all the reports about them may simply just not be true at the moment. And maybe no one really identifies or knows what's going on in the back of the minds of the people working in the front office of the Chicago Bulls. But look, judging on the fact that, this is a story about the front office, I guess, internally feeling Lonzo will never play again. In reaction to that, I can't say I'm surprised. That's all I'm going to say on the situation. And I don't think anyone should be surprised. Of course, there are going to be fears that Lonzo may never play again. It's fears that fans feel as well. It's probably the fear the coaching staff feels. You know, I think even Lonzo Ball, to a certain extent, will probably be aware that people are talking about him in this way and in this manner. That will, of course, bring some, I guess, internal thoughts into his mind as well. You know, everybody's human. You have those thoughts in the back of your mind about whether or not I'd be able to do the thing I once loved to do. You know, if everybody had their job taken away from them that they so desperately loved, if I could never upload a YouTube video ever again, or if I got suspended or something along those lines, in the back of my mind I'll probably be thinking, will I ever upload a Chicago Bulls video ever again to any sort of social media platform? You know what I mean? It's these type of situations that people are aware of. So again, I'm not surprised that they have internal fears, but this goes to show that there does need to be a roster shakeup. If this is the true story behind the Bulls front office and their internal fears, and they want to keep it private even though it's been released to the public now, or someone has reported it in some way, form or fashion, then this shows that you can't be waiting for Lonzo Ball. You can keep him on the team, sure. He can come back, maybe play off the bench for a couple of games to see where his level is at, sure. You could do all those things for Lonzo Ball, but at the end of the day, in order to continue to compete at the highest level, if that's the Bulls' ambitions next season, you cannot wait for Lonzo Ball. He will not be playing for the majority, if not all, of next season. So you can't waste another season. If you keep DeMar DeRozan and Vucevic, you can't waste another years of their career waiting for Lonzo Ball. You need to make those changes now. Make the changes with the plan that Lonzo Ball comes back if you wish. But nevertheless, changes have to be made. It is really as simple as that in my eyes. Whether or not that will happen, I truly am unaware at this time. And I'm now growing more concerned that the media are really spinning things to fit their own narrative. That's the concern that I have at the most part. I think the news and the information around the front office is so contradicting at the moment that I am starting to fear what's true and what's not, and I simply do not know. That's my biggest problem of this article and this whole news story in general. That's really all I've got to say in terms of the situation, but I will end this video here. I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you're new. If you have the same concerns as I do in relation to the media and the front office, feel free to let me know in the comments below. If you have the concerns that I have in terms of Lonzo Ball as the basketball player, as the human as well, let me know in the comments below. Again, all, I guess, forms of inputs, unless it's disrespectful, all respectful input is welcome on this channel. So I welcome, I guess, the comments. I welcome the interaction, and let me know in the comments below what you think. And without further ado, I think that's all I really need to say. I am worried in more ways than one about the majority of the Bulls team, not just Lonzo Ball, but of course I am worried about Lonzo as well. All that being said, have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.